National Football League welcomes you to the Apple Music Super Bowl 59 halftime show.
Hello, Music Multiversal listeners, and welcome to Beyond Your Radios of Sound Minds. This is where we pick a topic and let our panelists just run with it. Of course, under my careful supervision, which is nil. Go bonkers on it. I kind of, anything goes, right? I try to give them a direction, and they don't follow it. Tonight's topic we actually did 2 years ago, nearly to this very day. It's a perfect thing for next Sunday, that very special event. Prior to the 1990s, the halftime of the Super Bowl was pretty much done by the marching bands, and that was completed to honor those that were the best in the country. And there were times where the same bands were playing, I guess, because they were that good. Sort of like, the Connecticut's women's basketball team always winning. So the performers, though, had ensembles in there. So that was kind of the cool part. So you get Doc Severinsen from The Tonight Show. You had Carol Channing. All right. But here's where, Ella Fitzgerald, Chubby Checkers, and even the Rockettes were among those that bid into those marching bands and did their thing. But then there was that one that changed it all. And so Walt Disney comes in and wants to produce this thing. And they use New Kids on the Block. So, after, all that we've come from and know, I don't know if many people realize that was really the first superstar show. I know the rest of us don't remember because the kick went right. So, on that note, here's the people they missed up to then that they could have had on this huge spectacle show. They missed Frank Sinatra. They missed Elvis Presley. How do you miss Elvis? How? That just seems unbelievable to me.
Yeah, what you pay for.
Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan could have done this easily. James Brown, Tina Turner. At that point, we're talking about some of the greatest performers considered of all time, stage. You want a stage performer. You don't want someone who can't play the stage because you need a spectacle. Chuck Berry and Queen of those, moving through that. But of course, they had the big ones. They had Michael Jackson, Aerosmith, U2, Madonna, Paul McCartney, Tom Petty, The Who. But another change has come, and it's still in that phase. JayZ. He has purchased, basically, the show since 2000. And you know what? Bad Bunny has already been on the Super Bowl halftime show with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez. He had a guest appearance. So I'm sort of getting tired of that kind of thing. I don't know why. The spectacle is paid for by the NFL. The spectacle. Not the artist and not anything beyond that. So enter JayZ. Before it was Ricky Kirscher, TV producer. Don Mischer is really the man responsible for the most popular ones of all time in the rock era. Prince, in those characters. These are TV producers who just had a knack for what to do and what to put and what was needed, right? I don't think they were trying to sell albums. They were just trying to provide the best show, right? Because that's what they do. Obviously, you had MTV involved in Disney. So how they're chosen, well, I just told you how they're chosen. If you got the money, you get to choose. The idea, I think, on JayZ's side is sell records. It's like 150% increase in sales usually. Where sales now are a little bit digital and skewed or whatever. But, do they have cultivated lists? Yeah, they probably do. But did they say the host city has something to do with it? I don't think that's true anymore. But boy, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Or could it be the two teams that are playing? They get to pick one from theirs and the other one picks one from theirs. That would be interesting. We're talking Seattle and Boston here. Many to pick from there. Um, Obviously, our cultural diversity at this point has now yielded what will probably be the second most foreign language show that there's ever been at this level. Bad Bunny has one really good album to me. It was catchy. It was well produced. Yeah, the foreign language of rapping is a little bit tough to follow, but in actuality, I could hear the influctuation of voice, the sincerity, and the understanding, the connection, as well as the cultural diversity that is incoming. That it's that incoming drip that is spreading throughout the NFL worldwide. It's all about the fashion, the clothes, the how you represent your team. Maybe us. There's us who paint our face and take our shirts off, and then there's those that wear the right clothes and tip the hat the right way, and they look a little bit more ready to go, where we're ready to fight. So, but is it tired? Yeah. What were the highlights? We're going to talk a little bit about that, I'm sure. What were the mistakes? What can change? Does it have to be music artists? Is there something better? And that's really why we're revisiting this on our panelists of Sound Minds. And now they will chime in, and I'm going to introduce the panel. Oh, let's see what I got here. He's all turning the entire field into a giant mud pit on doing a truck rally during the middle. Steve Scouten. Maybe he's not. I made that shit up. She believes the Buffalo Bills should actually perform at the halftime show and provide the greatest drama of all time, as they always do. Susie Q.
I wish they just perform at the other four quarters.
He's happy just watching in silent. Yeah, he actually turns the volume off. The Grateful Dude. He sent my petition for David Coverdale and Robert Plant instead of, it was co-signed by Jeff Young. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
David Copperfield, you said?
No, Plant and Coverdale. Coverdale Plant.
Oh.
Not Page and not Coverdale Page. But,
I mean, maybe 15 years ago.
Yeah, all right.
I thought Copperfield would have been fun.
And Alex is still holding out that Megadeth will perform as their final show. No?
Megadeth. At least give me Rob Zombie. Holy shit.
That's Sue's. She's good. So I'll start us off just to give us a start. I think it's not tired. I think it needs to get back to a little bit more basics of the showmanship of it all, rather than the popularity contest. I know again, the crowd is diversified, but when we speak to the crowd, this is the problem with this. It's in a stadium. Most stadiums today are not built for sound. Maybe the Rose Bowl, and that's probably about it. So it's a difficult task to get that sound in. So it's going to suck for the people that are there, generally speaking. And they paid, what, $6,000 a seat or some silly stuff like that? So maybe it needs to be, but when you talk about it, it's always going to be the billions of viewers that are on the TV. So that being said, I'm pretty sure you can pretty much look at the iconic sales of records or the streamings and how that pertains and pick the artists. So my first choice to fix this is actually have a 3-set piece that is one artist, another artist, and another artist, and have a host who just says it's like a duel. You go with a song, and you go with a song, and you go with a song, right?
It's only a 15-minute show, right?
Well,
yeah. So three songs. Everybody gets a song. But although a lot of these have done medleys and things like that, so you could get 3 bands that could each do 3 minutes, and the banter in between, and then wow, let's say you had Metallica and you had Taylor Swift and you had help me out here. I don't know.
You'd never have Taylor Swift because she'd do it alone.
Well, it may not. I'm just saying you don't have to go all in. I do believe the NFL is probably looking at that for next year.
I think it's harder now to get people who want to do it. Number one, because like it was much different before the internet. Before you couldn't find a show of that magnitude for free anywhere. It wasn't online. You couldn't just watch things on demand. To see Michael Jackson for the first time like that was like the biggest thing ever. But now it's like, it's kind of like people used to care about the commercials. Now they don't, because they can watch them the day before or the day after. They just watch the best ones. Same with the Super Bowl halftime show. If you miss it, who cares? Spend the 15 minutes to use the restroom and go have, get your refreshments or whatever. And it's like, it's not necessary to be in front of the TV at that moment. Like, if it's your favorite artist, maybe, but
Well,
I don't know that really.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Jeff,
Let's all go to the lobby.
No, there's two parts to that. You don't need to be in front of your TV, but I think that, and I think actually Jeff Crichton said this in our show setup. It's so repetitive of a game that no one cares about the game anymore unless you've put money on it in some way. I think that people are there for the commercials and the halftime more than they are the game. I think that, well, yes, I agree. You can watch the commercials beforehand. Like I just got shown a Super Bowl commercial last night. And I said, well, what the fuck's the point of it calling it a Super Bowl commercial if it's already out and it's already debuted and we're 2 weeks away from the game?
Was it too hard to understand? It needed to sink in. Is that why they were doing it?
No. Honestly, if that commercial would have debuted during the game and that's the first time I saw it, it was the Budweiser Clydesdale one.
Oh, okay.
I would have said, oh my God, that's because it's a phenomenal commercial. It's great. It's fun. Checks all the boxes of like, oh yeah, it was at least a bare minimum of 5 out of 10 where you're like, okay, I get it. But why are we seeing that now? And to Jeff's point, I don't think you need to see the halftime show. You can watch the 15-minute performance backward. You can watch it in retro.
If it's somebody that
you don't need to be there, but I feel like people are watching for it now. And there's this grand idea that needs to be bigger. It needs to be better than the last year, than the years prior. It needs to be best ever. And I think we're losing the focus on it because I feel like, and I think I might have said this to Jeff and Mark this year, like the Thanksgiving halftime shows were phenomenal. This year, having Jack White perform the Thanksgiving halftime show for the Detroit Lions game, and then Eminem comes out with Jack White, and that's a combo that I sure as shit didn't see coming together, even though I understand it. No idea that was going to happen. It was a total surprise. Great job by all. It wasn't prepped up that those two were going to be together. I think the show just needs to be the best show, not the best artist, not the most hot artist, not the most what can make it better than last year. Show a little Janet Jackson nipple for all I care. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I get that they want to have something that appeals to a global audience as much as possible. I mean, nice try. It's, I think, I can see why they picked Bad Bunny, but
it's not a bad call.
Just not the same as it used to be. I mean,
well, it is bad because it's Bad Bunny. There's no way around.
Well,
it's all about the almighty buck. Period.
Right now, 100%. It is.
Yeah, it has been for years.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's a battle we're facing outside of the Super Bowl. What is worth it for the consumer? Is it about the dollar and what they're willing to spend?
Everything's about
the authenticity? And
if you really wanted it to be completely about the dollar, they'd be playing it Saturday night. Because if you move the Super Bowl to Saturday,
yep,
it'd be crazy because no one has to get up in the morning, number one. Number two,
they couldn't call it the halftime show anymore.
Right. My thought was
it'd be a post-game show.
Why don't they do, and they might do that. I think there's performances in the city because I know a friend of mine, when it was played in Glendale, Dave Matthews played the night before and she got me a t-shirt from it.
Okay.
Didn't they have like Lady Gaga played something like early before the game in like New Orleans or something?
See, I don't know why they don't do more promote and televise a festival Saturday night before it. And really, I mean, you really want music exposure? You've got people that are ready to watch. You know, if you're ready for a Super Bowl halftime show for 12 minutes, those people would be ready for a festival in that city the night before. You've got a ready-made audience. You've got the allure of a Super Bowl. I don't know why they don't do that. It doesn't say really anything to the halftime show, but if this is about trying to incorporate music with the event, maybe that's a way to go.
I love the the idea of that whole like a festival of that would be, you know, and leads into
It's
my
not
number one.
It's not foreign. It's not. I mean, baseball has done that with the extra innings festival that happens down in Arizona that corresponds with spring training.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Do they do that at center field?
I'm sorry.
Do they do that at center field?
Yeah,
If
Fogarty plays.
training, you can do anything at center field and it wouldn't interrupt play. No, but I think there is something to be said too about a lot of the artists that are chosen for not the football fans, but the non-football fans to get them to watch that game.
100%.
Because the football game is already going to be watched by the people who give a shit about it. I think the best performances are the ones though, like we had a year with Shakira, J-Lo, Bad Bunny already in it. We had the good year of the medley of Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, and Pac. That was a good year of it. I think the best two, and where we really hit the good median of it, was the year of Madonna, which I believe was 2012, which had at least another 6 artists down the row and all these different marching bands from the area, high school, college, and above. There was the Super Bowl show in 2014, which granted no Super Bowl should be played in a cold weather climate like New York, if you're going to be as prissy about the game as I am. But that had Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, a combo you don't see.
Don't want to see.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you because I really like Bruno Mars, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers being with them, who I can't say anything bad about, is a combo I never saw coming.
Bruno Mars sucks. Period.
I got to disagree if you listen to the Silk Sonic.
He lives about 3 blocks from me. He sucks.
Well, as a person,
What do you do? Knock over your mailbox? Jesus.
Yeah, really. Fuck, did he come by with the plows?
Sue, you're muted.
Oh, I was just asking, did he egg your house? What did he do to you?
He came by with snow plows in Hawaii. That's what he
did. He sucks.
I don't have as much of a problem with him. I just have the problem with Usher, who's lived off the same song for 13 years.
Right, like
he's played the Super Bowl like 3 times. I don't know how
that
happens.
But I'm saying, like, you don't see Bruno Mars and the Chili Peppers together. Like, I don't have anything bad to say.
I don't want to see them together. So.
But I
do kind of like that concept you're talking about, though.
I do too.
Like these combos of people. Mm-hmm. So if like Bad Bunny, I've been listening because I don't really know. He's like,
I won't understand a word.
Taylor Swift, right?
I won't.
Again,
I won't understand any of it.
Oh, he's outsold Taylor Swift, I believe, at this point. Bad Bunny, but it's not my first choice of music. Like I'm just not into it. But if he was playing with someone who I am more familiar with, so that would have more appeal to me for sure.
But to your point, Sue, if they did it like as a battle, where you had like Bad Bunny and that genre he, is part of, and then it doesn't matter what rock, classical, it doesn't
look at Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Correct.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I think the part we're really missing is that this is just an afterthought. Music is an afterthought. To you and me, it may be something different. For most people, who care about the game, the music is a 15-minute break into action.
Filler. Yeah.
A 15-minute break from not hearing Collinsworth. Is that what everybody's telling me?
Yeah.
Well, but to Jeff's point, like it's like what I said. If you like football, they're not putting this halftime performance together for you anymore. You'll go get your refreshments while your wife, who doesn't give a shit about what a first, second, or third or fourth down is.
I kind of do.
You're the exception of the rule. But the occasional wife who doesn't watch football all year will watch the Super Bowl because it's like, oh, well, who's on? Because maybe that's why I'm going to watch. And
our kids are a prime example. They'll be into
that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they've come out for a couple half times, but that's about it.
You talked about who's at the game. Let's be honest. It's a $6,000 ticket. It's all corporate money unless your team is in it.
Yeah.
And if you spend that money when you get there, like your point about the shows, could you even afford to go to any of them? Are you having mac and cheese in your hotel room?
But also at the same time, if you're one of those people spending big corporate bucks, imagine spending $6,000 as a corporation. You invite whoever the hell's important to your business. And then if the halftime is at midfield facing the 50 turned that way, and I'm over in the corner this way, and it's way the hell over there with everyone's back turned to me, what the hell does it matter if I'm spending that money to be there anyways? They're not appeasing me.
And they're in open air stadiums. And I think the thing that happened with the Super Bowl, and Alex, you brought up it being in a cold weather venue. When Prince played in a thunderstorm
and Purple Rain with rain,
that completely changed the game, where they don't worry about the weather. If Prince can stand out there and get pelted and put on arguably the best halftime show ever,
yes,
then weather, climate, stadium, none of it matters to that.
Agreed.
To the way they do it now. Now, does that change?
Dancing numbers that they've been performing would have been very difficult.
Hell yeah.
And what's her name on that? What was she on a platform there with the car or whatever on a? Could you imagine in rain? They might have scratched that at Showtime.
Is that the one where they had her in the air?
Yeah.
But
what's her name? Rihanna.
Rihanna. Mm-hmm.
But there's an element where, and wasn't she pregnant during that performance too? They were saying, but there's an element to me that like, I don't think they care. There's still parts of this performance that are enclosed in a setting before the artist performs that's made for TV, and the camera has to be in there that sets before they come out. This isn't made for the people that are in the stadium. No. I don't even regard the audience.
So to that point, do you think that they being the production of this halftime show move to something that's more, I don't know, technological? Like, does the performer even need to be in the stadium? Like, you know what
Honestly,
I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if they moved away.
Do they incorporate AI? Do they incorporate, I mean, think about it.
The holographic Tupac that'll eventually show up.
That sounds kind of lame.
The 60,000 people that go to a Bills game, I bet you 50,000 of them are watching it on the damn Jumbotron. Like, who's, I mean, they're looking at the Jumbotron. They want to see if they're friends. So do they, now you've got it at halftime where that's it. Do you move to something where it's, they're playing in San Francisco, but somebody's performing in wherever, and they're just showing it on the screen? Or to your point, Alex, getting them whatever technology you use to superimpose them on the feed. I don't know.
I think they'll almost always do.
I don't know.
I think they'll almost always stick with music because music is something that appeals to the
whole
world.
Yeah.
I don't think they're ever going to do a Blue Man Group. They're not going to do
I'd love it if they did a Blue Man Group. First off, that would be give me Cirque du Soleil while you're at
a lot of toilet paper.
Right.
Yeah, but if they were going to do those, they would just incorporate them into a music performance probably, or you could do like the finals of American Ninja Warrior. in the middle of the stadium.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that leads me to one other option in the melding of things. First of all, the idea of taking artists that are not similar and putting them together, I love that. I've always loved it in music. I've loved it in soundtracks. I've talked about it a million times over. I think the not knowing is an absolute perfect. I don't think they should announce who it is. There's no reason to announce who it is. None.
That would be more interesting too.
Yep, because
I would rather go into the halftime show not knowing it would be Bad Bunny. Even.
Yep.
Make me go in there, even if I hate it, even if I can't understand a word he's saying. Make me go in there and go, wait, what? I don't know what the shit, and make everyone talk about it.
Or Masked Singer them.
Okay, so now we're at my point.
Shit.
Okay.
I believe we mix. I think you either take something of that nature, okay, which for the fans there, it's probably a little bit difficult, but you can go to the Jumbotron.
Right.
You know, you can see that stuff, right? The other part is, what about WWF? What about, right? They have the Super Bowl, but they instead they call it Super Slam, right? And they have it set up so 15 minutes, right? No referees, just people tossing each other out. Weapons are in there. I don't know, shotguns, doesn't matter.
The shotgun part.
But you know, part of the mystery, you bring up a great point, Mark. Part of the mystery of those shows, and the only reason I know is because my son just went to one at Giant Stadium this summer. Part of the allure of that was the people that come in and do the wrestling and do the stuff that they had no idea was going to show up.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Guests.
So yeah, these guys, he's like, oh my God, I didn't realize that, you know, John Doe or whoever showed up to wrestle.
Brock Lesnar,
yeah, or whoever, and you know the crowd goes nuts. It's the element of surprise, and to your point, Alex, there's no element of surprise at this.
Well, there is, to the extent that, like, if you Wikipedia the performances of years past, and this year already says Bad Bunny, but where it says surprise guests, it's still TBD.
Oh, those, okay.
Yeah, like there's an element of that, but at the same time, the Super Bowl still has the opportunity to do something that even festivals that blend genres can't do. Pointedly put together people that don't go together often or ever.
Right.
Again, back to Thanksgiving. Wasn't a big flashy performance. It was 1:30. We had to watch the fucking Detroit Lions play football.
Right.
It still sucks even though they're good.
Right.
But we got to watch Jack White and Eminem go together.
And there's no special effects, nothing. There was
no effect. They just played music, and you got to watch Jack White guitar solo in an Eminem song that you're like, wait a minute, you can even play that on guitar. Holy shit. And then you watch Eminem segue into a Jack White song. You're like, holy shit, I didn't think those two could go together. And it was so simple, it worked. But there's something to be said about the big corporate approach it needs to be bigger than ever. So we overproduce it. So we start forcing things that we think people will like because it's never been done before, but it's because it's never been done before because it's on such a grand scale. Just bring it back to reality. Give us something we've never seen before, something that can be done different the next year, not... Well, we did Bad Bunny this year, so there's only like 3 artists that could maybe be better next year from a grand scale, Taylor Swift being one of them or some shit. And like you that's when you corner yourself and this stops being creative. Just bring us back to simplicity. Put together 3, 4, 5 artists. Make us wonder who the hell you can parlay the next song into. The medley format was perfect for this, and just bring it back to that. You can satisfy, if you put 4 bands in there, you'll hit something that someone likes in each format. You hate rap, all of a sudden rap goes to rock. All of a sudden rock goes to country. Country goes to some form of alt hip-hop bullshit. You'll hit somebody in all of those that someone will be happy. Or you'll turn someone on to something, who knows?
So I'll ask the question that the Curmudgeon brothers would have asked had they been on the show. But do you think that
those 2 guys from the Muppets.
Yeah, Statler and Waldorf from the Muppet Show.
Barley and Barley.
Do you think that bands that are notoriously good stadium sellout rock bands have become so long in the tooth, and there's not a lot of stadium sellouts these days, that I mean, the biggest stadium sellout that you could do is the Super Bowl. Do you think that the amount of there's not the quantity of bands that could play a Super Bowl anymore? Or I'm asking the question. I don't have an answer.
Well,
I mean, unless it's your hometown, I don't know what's driving you to do that.
Correct.
Well, I think there's definitely a validity to that. I even look at us being regional to Buffalo minus Jeff. Look at the quantity of shows that can play the Bills Stadium.
Right.
You know, it's what Metallica, George Strait, the Rolling Stones. There's your third.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking in the overall past. I'm talking just strictly modern day what has played the stadium. It's not a big group of people, and probably the most famous stadium touring band that doesn't play arenas anymore is Kenny Chesney, because he brings a festival of 5 country singers with him, and they play throughout the atriums of the stadium even.
Right.
It's not, there isn't a lot of exposure or formality to knowing how to play those. You're lucky if you even play the Macy's parade nowadays and you lip sync.
I got my letter in the mail to do the Macy's parade. It came from Tampa. I don't know.
I would love it if they put the Super Bowl in like Toronto or Montreal, and they had like a best of like Canadian performers for the halftime show.
Right. It's like the Tragically Hip goes into Drake, goes into The Weeknd, goes into Shania Twain, and
because the Grey Cup
or Celine Dion.
The Grey Cup had those guys.
Yeah, Grey Cup. Yep.
Grey Cup's a great example.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it is such an overblown performance, because I feel like there's I feel like the more things turn corporate, you get so big picture that you're almost disassociated from what reality or the average person needs, because it keeps getting bigger and it blows into this bubble that just the average.
It's like a status thing. It's like, I get my Hall of Fame jacket now.
Yeah. Like, the average person can't relate or comprehend to how big it needs to be. We just need it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. It's like that viral clip lately about how to make stuffing. Just wet it and make it hot. And that's good enough. Like, we don't need it to be this grand allure of Bad Bunny and
all about
other people that we don't know.
I didn't have stuffing on my bingo board for the.
Yeah, I did.
Just saying.
It's just a phenomenal sound.
The bingo board is getting to be the. I like that one. We're gonna every episode now is gonna have a bingo. That was not on my bingo
board. Yeah.
Has it jumped the shark yet?
Serena Williams was out there just because she made 2.
Yeah, he's talking about the halfway. He's talking about the halftime show as it jumped the shark. Well, in actuality, it did have a shark moment because Katy Perry had the shark.
I'll be honest with you. I did enjoy when The Weeknd did the entire show solo in 2021.
I thought that was awful.
And I thought it was good for what he was. And at the same time, I don't even think The Weeknd was in the top 10 most popular artists that year.
No, he was more popular prior, but that one.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a lot of limitations that year though with COVID? I mean, I think he had to make the most of.
Oh, that's right. That was the COVID thing. Yeah. Sue, where are you on this?
Where am I on what part of this?
I don't know. You haven't had a chance to say.
I think we're at the who cares part.
I'm good. I like that combo thing. You know, first of all, going way back to Jeff Young, I do agree. You know, this did Super Bowl used to have a different meaning, the halftime shows,
Yeah.
especially for someone like me. I didn't have cable TV. So a show like this was super special. Like you went out, you sat there, you watched it, or you missed it. And so,
And there was no YouTube,
no, not for a very long time.
so you couldn't
Um,
rewatch any of that. So you had to be in front of the TV for it.
yes, exactly. And you didn't move. Yeah, but the simplicity, quality over quantity is always good. The combo, I love the combos. I love that competition thing. But then Chef Jeff also, like, end of the day, it is kind of all about the money. So they must do their research and figure out what works for them and what works for everybody who's involved.
You make a really good point about quality over quantity, and it's a tough argument when you look back at the history of it because I've liked the ones where, they brought out, Aerosmith plays with this group or Lenny comes out and plays with this group. But I also go back to like the Prince performance, U2 after 9/11. The Stones when they played it, Springsteen when Springsteen played it, we actually this was before DraftKings and all that. We bet what the four songs he was going to play was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whereas the quality of something like that I really appreciated, but I also like the quantity of, hey, I'm seeing this one, I'm seeing that one. This guy's jumping on to do this song with this person and going back to the concept of, like a battle of the genre thing. That would be fantastic because you kind of have seen glimpses of that previously. So,
Well, that was one of the most memorable parts of my childhood, even to the point that I illegally downloaded the audio for it on LimeWire. Was when U2 did The Saints Are Coming,
yeah.
the Superdome, and they did that whole they parodied the intro a little bit to be more specific, and that was I can envision that whole performance to
Yeah.
this day.
Yeah. Where they showed the names across the screen. It was powerful.
Yep.
Yeah, but I honestly think like Prince's only guests were a marching band when he played.
Right.
And to your point of my point originally, you play on these climate uncontrolled stadiums and it rains when he plays Purple Rain and
Yeah.
doesn't rain at all during the rest of the performance. How do you get more serendipitous than that?
Ooh, I
Money.
didn't have that on my bingo card
No,
either.
serendipitous and stuffing do not go together. They're not on the same plate.
You know what? That's gonna be Mark's next dish for Chef Jeff, the serendipitous stuffing.
Yes, serendipitous. Can't even say it.
Although, and again, like showcasing something brand new or surprise. I love that idea of not knowing what we're gonna see.
Yeah.
You always if you watch SNL and if they bring back like someone who hasn't been on, it always gets the applause because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that's so cool. But this could be as annoying as technology is and AI is killing everything and everybody's careers. Yeah, maybe you don't want we don't want lip syncing, we don't want that, but this would be a good time to start bringing out animatronics and robotics and some of this cool technology stuff that no one's seen before. If you want to, if you want to advertise, this is your big moment to have
It's
a
big drone show.
performer, keep the performer out there, but kind of, inject it into the performance, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, give us Tupac and Biggie with Nickelback with, I don't know, Ariana Grande or Tate McRae or whoever the hell else is popular now. Or
I don't know. I'm envisioning next year.
It's going to be all holograms as the in memoriam show.
Hey, that would actually be fun as shit. Give me a bunch of dead people we'll never get to see. Put Nirvana with, like, just name a bunch of dead that you can't put together and just go.
Elvis, Ray Charles.
Yeah. Well, hey, I was looking back in research of the past Super Bowls for this show, and I came across one that said before it cut off on my screen, Elvis Press, and I went, Elvis did a halftime show and it was like 89 and it was Elvis Presto. And I went, oh, shit. All right, never mind. Wasn't the same one.
Elvis Presto.
We're in San Francisco. Jeff Young, is Metallica gonna be the guest?
It's not the Grateful Dead.
Well, I was gonna ask that to the Grateful Dude, but he's no longer on the show. So
I don't know.
Show the Stein. That's killer.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's killer.
Holy cow.
That's amazing.
You got some cool Steins going on over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
We're gonna change your name to Jeff and Stein.
Jeff Young.
All right.
Jeff Youngenstein. Maybe someone comes in that I didn't expect to perform with Bad Bunny that makes this even better.
Yeah.
And he's ridiculously popular.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, the amount of people that watch a Super Bowl and tune into it, 15% of them are football fans, 20%.
They're going to put this show together in the best interest of putting it, and making a connection to an English market, to the English audience, to the football audience, to the TV audience. These are all the things that they'll be doing. And I think if you're going to take something out of somebody's playbook, Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Put
100%.
yourself in that position of like, can they, still at this point, I'm still bewildered at the lesser amount of country acts in the sport that technically probably the higher percentage of fans are listening to country than anything else. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever witnessed. I would have thought by now all those people would have played the Super Bowl halftime show. And what do we got? Shania Twain, maybe? Was that it?
I agree. But to that same extent,
Garth Brooks.
Oh, Brooks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if JayZ's watching, if you are producing the next Super Bowl halftime show, don't tell us who it's going to be. Don't let them. We don't want to know. We'll just show up and check it out. That's a really that is a gorgeous idea that would work perfectly and has shown its way to work.
By the way, doesn't the 49ers play in San Jose technically now? They don't play in the old stadium. They play in a new stadium.
Yep.
Santa Clara.
Santa Clara.
So I don't think you're getting anybody from Metallica.
I'm holding out.
This isn't Candlestick Park.
I know.
Again, where's the Grateful Dead on that one?
There's only 2 surviving members. And they don't. They're now the Vegas with the huge. What is it called? Dome? Not a dome. What is it?
The Sphere.
Sphere. Yeah. That's where it rests now, I think. And I don't know if that translates very well.
Is that too spherical for you?
It's I don't know. I'll probably maybe I get to see him. I don't know. Well, I'm still holding out for next year. My belief is there will be a UFO that will land at the middle of the field during the Super Bowl halftime show.
Where is it next year? Does anybody know?
I don't know. But that will land at UFO, and out will come Taylor Swift. What did you have as your favorites of the Super Bowl? What do you think we should be doing for these shows now? What ideas do you like? What ideas didn't you like? If you haven't subscribed yet, you probably won't because the show, come on. Please consider doing so. That way you'll get notified. You'll have album for today. You'll have panelists' favorite show, which are going A to Z. Thursdays, we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. On Saturday, Sunday, Unknown Sunday. Please comment, hit the like button. Let us know, what we need to talk about, want to talk about, topics for you. Obviously, Of Sound Minds, this is what we do. We just banter. And so until they bring back Lions and Christians, we're on the web at beyondyourradio.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. All about albums, bands, artists, anything we can get our hands on. Go beyond your radar with us, a real music appreciation channel. Thanks for watching. Happy listening.